Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Ivu and I make painting videos. Today I'm going to do a art supply haul. I've done some sort of shopping in the middle of the night, so I got these paints and I also got quite some paper. But let's start with the paint first and then we will move to the papers later on. So starting off, we are going to look into the gouache. I already have some of these, but I wanted extra colors. These are from Nevskaya Palitra. This is the color orange, which I don't have in my set yet. And the other one is emerald light. And yeah, I don't really have a super cold green in my set, that's why I took that one. And those I accidentally bought too. I watched a bill later on and then I saw that I bought two per accident, so I guess I will be keeping one and yeah, using only one of it. This is the color carmine. My set also doesn't have a cool pink, a cool red, I'm sorry, so sort of magenta as a primary color. That's why I took this one. These are the 40 milliliters gouache. Next we have the watercolors. I took this azure blue watercolor and I also wanted to try their pans because I have their tube sets, and I also got myself some paint spray, one of my favorite. I wanted to take a Prussian blue watercolor, but they didn't have it in their set, so that's why I chose the azure blue. Maybe it's called differently, but I'm not sure. And I wanted a sort of a cold blue. Let's move on to this Schminke Horadam. I already have the Schminke Horadam cadmium colors, so yellow and reds, and I was really surprised by how good they were, so that's why I decided to take more, sort of, not take more, but extend my palette and take other primary or let's say base colors. So I already have most of the yellow hues and the red, but I needed one cold red or pink, I would say, so that's why I got this Caran magenta as an addition. Yeah, a nice basics. Then I got myself blues because the set I have does not have blues. A typical warm blue, ultramarine blue, and another cold blue, one of my favorite colors, Prussian blue. Next to this I also took some burnt umber and burnt sienna. In my opinion, these two are a sort of addition to my basics and a must-have to my palette, to my base palette. Next, I got myself a bookbinding glue. I was planning to make my own sketchbook, that's why I also bought so much paper and extra large paper because it's much cheaper than a sketchbook. I have here a sample for you all to look at that I've already started. I already made the papers, I cutted all the papers and already started sewing them together. And short update, I decided to drop this hobby because the making of the outside of the book was just not my thing. Well, if I decide to retake this hobby, I will definitively update you all on Instagram. So moving on, we have this kneadable eraser. Mine here has gotten already quite dirty and yeah, as you can see, it's full of pigments, so that's why I decided to buy a new one. These are some additional colors to my Caran Neo colors. I already have some, but I needed a bit more colors, I'd say. Starting off, we have this brown color called cinnamon. Then we have dark olive green, dark olive, I'm sorry. A colder gray, I already have a warmer version of this one. This is the silver gray. And same with this dark green. I also have the lighter version of that one. And my favorite color, Prussian blue. I'm going to swatch all of these in this Swatch sketchbook, and then later on we will also paint with them to test the papers. So here I actually have some place left from when I was swatching my cadmium colors, so I guess I will just be continuing here. By the way, I really struggle opening these pots. If you see on the cap those little plastics in the middle, I guess they're super thick or something like that. So it's very hard to open, and I've had this problem also with my previous set. They were very hard to open. So I need some sort of very thin scissors and cut every little plastics one by one so that I can open the pot. Moving on to the paper, I've got here really large papers. There are 3 different types of papers. 2 of them are 50 by 70 centimeters and one is 56 by 76 centimeters. All of them are Fabriano paper, but different. I've got this first one, the watercolor paper, 25% cotton in cold pressed. And the beige is the Fabriano Unica. It's a printing paper, but it's quite thick, so I wanted to test this for gouache paintings. Finally, here I have another Fabriano watercolor paper, also 25% cotton, but this time hot pressed. Last but not least, I have these papers. I don't really know how you call them. Printed craft paper, I guess. And yeah, basically you have really nice pretty prints on them, and I use this for my photos. If you follow me on Instagram, I sort of have colored papers behind my photos. Here are some examples. Well, I guess by the time I'm editing this video, I can also show you some sample pictures where I use these papers. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video. Next time I'm going to test all these art supplies on the papers. And until next time, bye bye!